Picture this. You're in a modern smart city, right in the middle of a bustling workday. Suddenly, the traffic lights just go completely dark. Instant gridlock. The autonomous transit system freezes in its tracks. Hospitals suddenly lose access to all their critical cloud data, and your cell service? It completely drops to zero. Now, it looks exactly like a massive power failure, but the electrical grid is actually perfectly fine. So what's the culprit? A sudden, absolute disruption in the supply of microchips.
That smart city blackout isn't just some dystopian movie plot, you know? It perfectly illustrates our absolute everyday societal dependence on these microscopic components. Semiconductors, or microchips, are the invisible brains inside literally everything that makes our modern life possible. If those chips disappear, our entire infrastructure, our economy, and our national security simply grind to a halt.
So, to really understand this incredible vulnerability, here is the roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the foundation of modernity. Then we'll map out the global chip supply chain, examine the manufacturing bottleneck, and finally unpack geopolitics, industrial policy, and those massive future risks.
Section 1. The Foundation of Modernity, and how our tech bedrock is under immense pressure from AI.
Here is a huge reality check from the National Institute of Standards and Technology. They warn that our current microelectronics are the absolute bedrock of modern IT, advanced healthcare diagnostics, and highly sophisticated defense systems. But right now, that bedrock is literally cracking under the immense pressure of artificial intelligence. In fact, the Semiconductor Research Corporation is putting out an urgent call for an additional $3.4 billion in annual federal investment in the U.S. alone. Why? Well, because the hardware performance we currently rely on is actually hitting fundamental physical limits. To put that into perspective, training just a single advanced AI model can consume as much power as an entire small town. To simply keep up with the exponential amount of data being moved, computed, and stored in this new AI era, our entire technological paradigm has to completely shift.
Okay, let's dive into this, because the SRC's decadal plan lays out 5 seismic shifts we absolutely have to make to survive this. We need fundamental breakthroughs in smart sensing for better world-machine interfaces. We have to radically rethink memory and storage just to handle these colossal AI datasets. We need much faster communication networks, totally impenetrable hardware security, and, honestly, perhaps the most critical one, energy efficiency. The energy demand for computing is just skyrocketing right now. The SRC estimates we actually need computing architectures that deliver a staggering 1 million times improvement in energy efficiency just to avoid completely crippling our global energy production.
Section 2. The Global Chip Supply Chain. It is an incredibly highly specialized web.
When you zoom out and map all these regional dependencies, it's just astonishing how tightly specialized they really are. There is no single country out there doing it all on their own. You have the US dominating in the complex chip design phase. You have the Netherlands, specifically a company called ASML providing the incredibly advanced extreme ultraviolet lithography equipment. And as a quick aside, ASML's systems are arguably the most complex machines humanity has ever built. Japan excels in the raw chemical materials, like photoresists. South Korea leads the pack in memory chips. And then there is Taiwan. Taiwan plays an outsized, incredibly critical role in this delicate ecosystem. They act as the central hub where the world's most advanced designs actually get physically manufactured.
Section 3. The manufacturing bottleneck and the extreme complexity involved.
You see, producing advanced semiconductors is not at all like manufacturing cars or pouring steel. It is arguably the single most complex manufacturing process in human history, and that sheer complexity creates some terrifying hidden vulnerabilities. And this brilliantly illustrates why. It's a step-by-step value chain. First, you have design, where architects lay out billions of tiny transistors. Next is fabrication, where those intricate designs are literally printed onto silicon wafers in billion-dollar facilities. Then comes packaging, assembling the chips into their final protective casings, and finally, rigorous testing. Because these steps are so intensely specialized and geographically scattered all over the globe, a bottleneck at any single stage disrupts the entire global process.
But the most alarming bottleneck by far is in Step 2, fabrication. Taiwan's primary player, TSMC, controls over half of the entire world's outsourced manufacturing and virtually all of a leading-edge capacity. Think about that for a second. That means the chips required for advanced military tech, cutting-edge AI, and yes, the smartphones sitting in your pocket right now, they all come from Taiwan. Secure access to Taiwan's output isn't just a standard market concern anymore. It's become an absolute strategic necessity for every single major world power.
Section 4. Geopolitics and industrial policy. Chips are now the ultimate asset.
Because of this extreme manufacturing bottleneck, governments around the world have suddenly woken up. Based on research from the Peterson Institute for International Economics, we've witnessed a massive paradigm shift. Back in the old era, the semiconductor supply chain was entirely driven by economic efficiency. Companies built fabs wherever labor and operations were the absolute cheapest. Simple as that. But today, in the modern era, the priority is national security, sovereign AI capabilities, and supply chain resilience. The sheer fear of being cut off from advanced chips has sparked a massive resurgence in modern industrial policy globally.
This fear has triggered an unprecedented global subsidy race. Back in 2022, the U.S. passed the CHIPS Act to heavily subsidize domestic manufacturing. By 2023, the European Union implemented its very own CHIPS Act. That one was built on three main pillars: bolstering technological capacity, improving security of supply, and creating a monitoring and crisis response mechanism for shared purchasing during shortages. And then, by 2024, we saw expanded export controls, tariffs, and serious foreign investment screening rolling out.
So the crucial point is really summarized perfectly by a statement from the U.S. Bureau of Industry and Security. Their stated goal is advancing national security through technology leadership and vigilant export controls. What we're impartially observing here is a totally new reality of technology denial and deep government intervention, where states are actively restricting rival nations from accessing the high-end chips they desperately need to train advanced AI models.
Section 5. Future risks and power, and the escalating scenarios we might face.
To really ground the stakes of all this, consider a fascinating war game scenario developed by the Center for a New American Security. In their simulation, which is set in 2025, 3 TSMC manufacturing facilities in Taiwan suddenly halt production. And here's the catch. It's not because of a military strike. It's because engineers discover corrupted code in the manufacturing lines. An ambiguous software failure, or maybe a cyber attack. The result? Just a 2-month suspension in fabrication triggers a severe global shortage that essentially brings the world economy to its knees, all without a single shot ever being fired.
That scenario perfectly highlights the existential hurdles for the era ahead. We are facing unprecedented AI computing demand that is crashing headfirst into severe energy constraints. We're relying on hyper-concentrated supply chains where a single point of failure, whether in Taiwan or the Netherlands, can completely halt global innovation. And all of this is wrapped up in escalating geopolitical competition, where export controls and tariffs are actively used as economic weapons. Leadership in semiconductor innovation isn't just about business anymore. It directly dictates global economic and military dominance.
Which leaves us with one ultimate lingering question. Who will control the future balance of power? The nation that secures the next million-fold leap in energy-efficient computing while simultaneously protecting its very vulnerable supply chains? Well, they won't just dominate a tech market. They are going to define the global order for the next century. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to keep your eyes on the microscopic foundations of our macro world.